Hi, welcome for our online training sessions. Now we are going for another important SQL entry question. It's very basic level. It's not expert level. They will ask us what are the different subsets of SQL or different types of statements which we use in SQL. What are different subsets or different statements or different commands which we use in our SQL, they'll be asking. So we have majorly four different subsets. The first one is DDL, data definition language. In data definition language, we will find the commands that can be used to define the database schema. It consists of the commands that can be used to define the database schema, like create, drop, truncate, alter. In the database schema, we are going to work with the database objects. It means we are going to work means either we'll create or we will modify or we will go for delete. So all these commands comes under DDL, data definition language. Create, alter, drop, and truncate. Next, DML. It consists of commands that deals with the manipulation of data present in our database. Once we define the data in our database tables, once we have the data in our database tables, then we would like to go for manipulate that data. Manipulate means if we want to make some changes, either insert record, update record, delete record. This all operations comes under manipulation. Data manipulation language, DML commands. Insert, update, delete will get mainly. Then DCL commands. It includes commands which deals the rights, permissions, and other controls of the database system. Once our database system is ready, we'll give the access to multiple employees in our project. It means multiple users try to connect with the database and perform the operations. Whenever we say we are giving the permission to the user to do some operations, but we have to take care of that. Up to what level we would like to give the rights or permissions and other controls also. For example, I would like to give the access to the user, but user should read the data. He should not go for apply any, update or delete or drop any other. Just read only access we wanted to give the permission. So in that scenario, we will be using DCL commands, rights, revoke. This DCL commands, we are going to give it for the user so that user can go ahead with applying the statements as per the rights we have provided. Then TCL commands, transactional control language, TCL commands. TCL commands are basically when the organizations wants to go for perform some operations like insert. They inserted some records into the database table. After that, they wanted to save it. Because when we apply the DML statements in a particular session, we will see the data in that table in that session. But once you exit from that session, we may not find the data in the table unless and until we issue the auto commit. There is a command auto commit unless and until it will not be saved. So once we perform some DML operations, if at all we wanted to go for issue the commit, means save or roll back, or we wanted to roll back up to some particular point only. We don't want to roll back the entire transactions. Then we will go for use the save point. There are three commands majorly. We have commit, rollback, save point. This all comes under TCL, transaction control language. Transaction means all your DML transactions, data manipulation language like insert, update, delete. So whatever the transactions we have performed, that we wanted to control, Control in the sense, either we want to save those transactions or we wanted to go for cancel those transactions. When we want to cancel, then we will go for rollback. But we want to cancel up to some extent. We don't want to do that level. Then we are supposed to set the save points as soon as that particular transactions are completed. For example, we are working with the customer sales and invoices. After completion of customer sales update, I will put a save point. Then after updating the sales payments, then or receivings from the customers, then we'll put a save point. And then we have updated some records and deleted some records. Every time we are going to set some save point. At end of the session, the organization came that let's issue the commit for all, then fine, commit will be applied for all. But we want to roll back, then we can do the rollback up to some extent according to the requirement. If you want to roll back all, of course, you can also do that rollback option. So these all comes under TCL. So the question, as I said in the beginning of this particular video, what are different statements you will find in SQL, or what are different subsets of SQL? Can you tell me whatever the statements you worked in your project in SQL majorly? So we have to say that I worked majorly on data definition, language templates, and DML statements and DML commands and TCL commands. DCL also, I'm comfortable to work on that. So then they'll come up, okay, tell me what are DDL commands, what are DML commands, what is TCL commands, when we will use TCL commands. Okay, these all the questions they'll be asking us. So this commands we should be very clear it is. Thank you.